Welcome back once again, guys, to the channel. We're starting off with 3 laps on Bowser's Castle this time. Very interesting track. I am completely not confident with the early shortcut here. I'm not gonna fully commit myself to it. I just did some... To be fair, I was gonna probably try it if I did get presented the opportunity, but I ended up just doing a couple cool trick boosts, and that's okay. We're gonna obviously go for an improvement over last video. I was happy with how it began, wasn't the happiest with how it ended. So just need to drive carefully at the beginning, let the first lap passes by without making too many enemies, and not bothering Norway Girl. She's not done anything to me yet, so no hatred at the minute. And then we're gonna obviously make our push for first place. We're currently in first, but I am gonna... yikes! Okay, I used that mushroom to regain speed initially, but I ended up having to use it to get out of the lava. There's bombs everywhere. We ended up, unfortunately, having to get rid of all our triples. Wow, that was a really early shot. No coins for me. No coins for me again, because I don't know, even at minimum speed, I didn't have the dexterity to get out of the way of that banana. But that's okay. We unfortunately got 0 items there, though. So we're gonna have to be super defensive in our positioning. Yeah, we can't do anything about reds, unfortunately, or boomerangs that get thrown our way. We're able to pick up some... I am completely blind when I'm tunnel visioned on coins. Which is something I'm gonna have to get myself checked for. Like, I already wear glasses, but this kind of blindness is the type you usually have to get Jesus to cure, so we're not looking so hot. 5 coins though, decent items, and we do have plenty of time to catch up. That Rosalina Norway Girl, I think her name was, is super cut off the pack. It's crazy. Wow. She's not going to make it easy for us to catch up. I definitely don't think there's any chance we get first in this race. But there is definitely an opportunity to catch up and get a decent placement, because the crowd, with the exception of the breakaway in first, is quite tight together, I feel. I can't really tell though, because of all that's going on. I can use this to skip this. I apologize for that noise. It was not something I wanted you guys to hear, but I threw myself off the track in pretty much the only opportunity I had to make any form of a comeback. If we get 7, which we might, probably not, definitely not with that. Oh my god, I need to stop spamming golden mushrooms as if my life depends on it, because my life comes at a detriment for that golden mushroom spam. I'm a pleb. I don't know how to drive this track, clearly. And Norway Girl was nice to me, congrats on first place. We're heading for Choco Mountain, all the way from Bowser's Castle, so it's a descent from lava to chocolate. A great improvement of terrain. Maybe I'll stop getting burnt, but at the same time, I'm a notorious chocolate drowner, so what do I know? As long as we do better than the last race, I'll be happy. If we get a great placement, I'll be ecstatic, and if we get a placement that doesn't put me to shame, I will be proud. We're not having the best performances if the first race is going to be a reflection of today, but I think I'm doing alright at the minute. I'd like to try take the inside line here, but that's probably going to be a bit difficult with this baller here. Okay, no, we got past him. We'll try grab these 2 coins and get the trick here. Okay, we just need to dodge the green shells so we don't get kicked by the triple greens. Not sure how I dodged the ones coming from behind me as well. I was not looking there, obviously. I felt I was... Yeah, I felt I was overstaying my welcome there with the luck, but it's Norway Girl. Why? You're the only person whose name I remember. We'll try to remember Hiroshi or what Hiroshi 1 or whatever it was. Oh, Hiroshi 1. But yeah, that wasn't great. That shot came to really weird placement. Strangely enough, I'm gonna mention this, I gained VR in that last race. Which doesn't feel right, because I didn't feel like I was that much worse than the lobby. I just felt I like messed up badly at the end. I say as I attempted to essentially bounce off the head of someone invincible, which couldn't have ended well for me. Unless it would let me take like a pure invincibility or something, like I just hop over them because of the ability to trick jump off other people's heads. But we're not gonna get into the nitty-gritty of something I don't know. We're doing okay. I should have gotten out of the way. I'm gonna use... I wanted to do what that Spike player is doing, to be honest, and use my increased width to... I'm gonna have to use this. Oh, come on! Bouncing off another player's head into the off-road is one of the most annoying things. You can't control yourself once you're in the air like that. But yeah, we're probably not gonna have a great showing here. I will chain these into that item set and pray for something game-breaking. Yeah, this works. As long as you don't take a banana hit there, we'll be able to drop a shot in and hopefully steal a few positions. I say as I take a hit, but I think if we get picked, I'll be really happy with this. It's not going to be easy to maintain though. Yeah, I think we're going to end up with 7th as long as we don't get hit here. If we end up 8th, that's really disappointing. But it's an improvement over the previous one, so I'll take it. You see how bad I'm playing? That I'm drowning in chocolate after the race is done. Okay, a lot more people joined though. I feel the VR improved over the previous race. We're on 3 laps of Sky High Sunday this time. And with my very alien brain turning the gears, I end up reminding myself to tell you guys now to... Oh my god, I ended up reminding myself to tell you guys now to like and subscribe because my brain concocted lick and subscribe at the sight of ice cream. Now, I'm not obligating you to lick and subscribe, but if you lick the video and tell me about it in the comments, after dropping a like ideally, that will be well appreciated. You'll be in the depths of my mind for entertaining that intrusive thought. And hopefully not unwell, I can't lie, because I don't know how to handle that. It's quite strange. Managed to take the shortcut there. I'm a bit more confident than I was before to do that. This time we're not gonna panic at the thought of us doing well and actually use the rail properly. I might be enticed to use his boomerang on the rail. I'm gonna throw it backwards actually, just try to get rid of it before this current item. Don't know if that helps much. But as long as we don't fall off and make any silly mistakes that don't have to be made, I'll be happy. We're doing alright at the minute and I don't want to jinx it. Not gonna go for the shortcut this time because I wasn't thinking about it. So we're second with... I didn't see that. Second with 3 mushrooms still in tow is great. Unfortunate that we got shot, because I was really happy with my items. But we'll be able to get some items here. I think we only got 1 for that. I definitely passed through 2 item boxes. Not sure how the game registers that. We instantly got our only item stolen. That's a really cruel place to get dropped. We'll pray and hope that that boost panel will at least accelerate me enough to make the jump. Yeah, that was awkward as all hell, but it worked out because we managed to spam through the mushroom. Gonna take the inside line here. I think we're gonna be able to steal second. That's really good. Like and subscribe, guys. Didn't expect that. Sky High Sunday is turning into one of my preferred tracks, and I used to hate it in 8 Deluxe. I am not a man who's afraid to admit when he's afraid, as I am very afraid now because in the previous episode, this track made me out to be a fool, I can't lie. The constant, like, imagine having the shot and still placing last. No special abilities that takes. So yeah, I'm hopefully going to give a better performance than I did in the previous episode. My mushroom was unfortunately stolen, but we can live with that. I've lost all my greens to essentially deleting that person for no discernible reason, but we're alright. We just need to try to stay on the higher end of the track so we... To hell with you, Johnny, I didn't like that. That didn't work out. Okay, it didn't work out perfectly, but it did work out in the end. We didn't drown and take an even bigger time loss for no reason. I'm gonna go for that shortcut because I didn't last time, and I want to say I can. I can. I went into the lava anyway. I don't have the capacity to do that shortcut properly. All I've done is see it online and pray I can replicate, and that's not worked out. It's fine though, it's lap 2 out of 3. I probably won't tempt fate by going for it again, but who knows. We're gonna take that with a grain of salt, I can't lie. We unfortunately fell off the track there, so we're on the bottom section. It's fine though, we can still cut off most of this off-road section with gold, and we should be able to recover a few spots. Yeah, we've managed to bring ourselves back to 3rd, that's good. We're not going to go for that unnecessary shortcut and die. We'll go for the upper section here, and maybe if we get some coins, we won't fall too far behind due to our lack of speed. In fact, we've already been passed by Bowser. I'm pretty sure that Kart combo is very fast. That banana nearly took me out of the air. I'm gonna try stay away from Le Curb, I believe that person's name was, because they have triple greens there. And I didn't want to make that mistake, but we do have mushrooms to undo the worst of it. I would like to save this final mushroom, so maybe I can cut off this final section. Not sure if I'll manage the whole way, but I'm gonna back the rest of that flower, and yes, I think we got 2nd there. That's a great improvement after last time. This track went up on the tier list for me. I think I drove really well, and I managed my items alright. I didn't make too big mistakes. I'm very happy with that. That's really improved my mood. Not sure what happened, honestly. It brought us down to an 8-player lobby. I might have to go find a new one after this, because 8 players is just a really disappointing number. You'd want at least 12, you know, so you can say you're enjoying a full OG Mario Kart experience. But when the limit is 24, 8 is pretty sad, you know? But at least maybe with a smaller lobby I can, I don't know, force myself into a victory. We're definitely going to have to be more careful of positions though, because a bad placement is going to have way more lasting consequences with only 8 players, I'm sure. Triple mushrooms in 3rd is interesting. I'm gonna cut off this. Yikes. I wanted to go veer around that fireball. Unfortunately, we didn't get our way. At least there's still plenty of time. We're heading to Boo Cinema, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, sorry, no, we're heading to Mario's Circuit. Not sure why I misremembered that. But yeah, we're gonna have to hope that we can manage our items well, and realistically, we should be aiming for top 3. When there's only 8 players in the lobby, there's not much room for error, because you're just getting hit less, aren't you? We're arriving at the actual circuit now, so I have to remember that I can use these mushrooms to get decent shortcuts on this track, because there are lots of good ones. I just don't remember where all of them are. Oh, I didn't realize I had that trail bomb there. If I can hit them with my banana, though, yeah. They in fact backed off. Okay, not backed off enough, apparently. We're in 1st, so I'd like to maintain it. Oh wow, we ended up placing 1st. Alright, I'll take it. I did say it was more feasible with 8 players, so if that's how we break our 1st place drought, I will take it. I have not seen that crown in a hot minute. It might have been 8 players, but I'm happy with it regardless. We will look for a new lobby though. 8 is way too little people. It took a hot minute, I'll admit, to find a new lobby, but we're here and we're heading over to... Was it Peach's Castle? No, it was Peach Beach. Yeah, that's it. Peach Beach. This lobby generally has a VR higher than mine, so I do have to expect a bit more intelligent play, maybe. And be cautious of that. I am going to use this to cut off some off-road and grab an item in a more respectable position so that I don't start falling behind. That guy tried to back his shell into me, that's me. That banana was really well placed. I couldn't get out of the way with the giraffe. Freakish giraffes getting in the way. Long-necked bastard. Okay. We have a blue shell. I'm gonna get rid of it now because I don't have any reason to hold on to it really. Maybe I shouldn't save for the item set, I'm not sure. Definitely gonna have to end up chaining these though, because I shouldn't have picked up that food in hindsight, because it just takes up an item slot where you can have something better in this position. I might very well be lost, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna chain these triples again. I'm really rolling for the shock or a shock dodge item. We'll take a gold though. Once we enter third lap, I think that's as good a place as any to make use of the gold. Just so I have another opportunity to cycle for a shock dodge, because I have to assume whoever gets it is going to use it in a decent position. I'm going to use this now though, because I don't want to lose momentum. We end up getting a ton of points from that though, because we passed through maybe like 2 positions that had just utilized the coin blocks. The question blocks, whatever you want to call them as a power-up. I call them coin blocks. Not much of a mystery what's in them, since it's not like you're gonna get a star. That would be a cool implementation if you could randomly get a star out of them, like a really unlikely chance. But people would hate you for getting lucky in that way, so not sure if it's worth. I'm gonna start using these to get rid of my boomerang, ideally, before I come up to another item set, because I don't want to have this as my only saving grace in the final lap. Fell off onto the sand there, but that's okay. I should be able to get a double item. Yeah, okay, that worked out. Didn't manage to trick off that wave. End up with another boomerang is really annoying. Didn't make a difference, it was getting shocked away anyways. Gonna try drop and get some speed back. And I'm gonna go out of my way. Yes, I ended up getting it. I was really afraid that Toadette was gonna take the last item from me. We're gonna use all of these because I'm pretty sure this is the final stretch. They would get a good play. We got 6. That's pretty good for how things went. We recovered from the shock really well with a good draft. And yeah, you can see that, wow, first place was actually probably one of the lower end players in this. Well done, Rose Hearts. If we can get to 6k VR, I'll be happy. A lot of people end up quitting out of that lobby too, and we're down to 11 players now, which is a pity. We're heading to Great Question Block Ruins, which, as you guys know from my previous history with this track, it ain't great. It ain't great. Especially when we're back on the trend of not getting an item in the first item set. We should be... I'm honestly going to slow down and let this guy feed me those coins. Yeah, because it's not too important to front run at this moment. So I'm in fully lost place right now, which means I'll comfortably get the double item set. And should expect decent items as well. We have a shock dodge item. I'm going to cut in from here, honestly, and just chain this out, because it's not my favorite, and we have time to roll for something better. That's more like it. I do like having a bullet bill. I don't mind saving the bullet bill for the question block ruins, honestly, because it just means I can get out of jail on one of the more difficult sections on the track. A shock that early, though, is really annoying. Must have been in the hands of the guy who bulleted past, because I would imagine he wants to get rid of the shock so we can get better items later, but I honestly would have held it. Unless I had... I don't know if I would have held it. We got a bullet bill back though, that's great. And we have a Mega Mushroom. The Mega Mushroom isn't too clutch, but Bullet is really big. Lets me safely take... I honestly might be tempted to use it at the beginning, seeing as I do have a Mega Mushroom as well, so I have 2 shock dodges. Can I cut in here and just use it like this? Not very well, is unfortunate. This is the curve I just wanted it to take for me though, because I always fall off on that turn. I don't expect there to be a second shock, but I will use this. No! Oh my god, I bounced off the head of that other player and lost my items for it. That's really unlucky. Drafting off someone in the Mega Mushroom is a dangerous endeavor, but it worked out. If we get a speed item, hopefully. Yes! If we cut into third for a great question block, I'm super happy. I never place well on this track. That is an incredible ending for a great question block, considering that awful bounce at the end. Yeah, that went really well. Really, really well. I'm happy with that. Part of me wants to be greedy and keep going, but I'm gonna call it for today. Thank you guys for watching. This was actually a really good day of racing for me. So if you like and subscribe, or lick and subscribe, was lick and subscribe today? I can't remember. My memory with the previous session is muddled over. But I'd be really happy for any support you guys give to the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!